Okay, today's lesson was about proportional relationships. So we can say that two quantities, two numbers, are proportional to each other if there's a constant number that is multiplied by each measure in the first quantity to give the corresponding measure in the second quantity. So let's do a quick example. If I want to do feet, I know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. And that is a proportional relationship. I can multiply 1 times 3 to give me how many feet in that amount of yards. So in 1 yard, there are 3 feet. If I want to do 2 yards, I can multiply 2 by 3 to give me 6. So in 2 yards, there are 6 feet. And I can keep following that pattern. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. So in general, as proportionate, you have a proportional relationship when you can multiply one by a number to give me the other. And it works no matter how many. So let's look at a problem. So this is a problem similar to the homework. For the football game, Coach Smalley is mixing Gatorade in a large pitcher with a nozzle. The pitcher holds 9 gallons of fluid. The directions say to mix 3 scoops of powder with 1.5 gallons of water. Marcus on the team thinks that it's going to take 15 scoops of powder and 9 gallons of water to fill the bucket. Use the concept of proportion to determine if Marcus is correct. So we've learned about a unit rate, and we've learned about rates, so we can use all these things we've learned to make ourselves a chart. So I'm going to start out by writing scoops and gallons. Oops. Okay, and somewhere in the middle here, I'm going to write what they said. 3 scoops, and it will give me 1 1/2 of a gallon. And the reason I left a little space there is so that we can figure out what the unit rate is. Okay, if I want to have 1 scoop, let's divide this by 3. So 3 divided by 3 gives me 1. So what is 1 1/2 divided by 3? Well, that's 1/2. So every 1 scoop will give me 1/2 gallon of water. And we can use this proportional relationship for each one, but we can also look at the unit rate, 1 1/2. So what I've done is I've taken 1 scoop and divided it by 2 to give me the number of gallons. So in the second, this holds true for 3 scoops. 3 scoops divided by 2 gives me 1.5 gallons. So I also have a proportional relationship this way. I can divide by 2, or alternately, multiply by 2. So let's keep going. We want to know if the student is correct. He said 15 scoops. So let's take 15 scoops and figure out how many gallons that would make. Well, I know that if I want to go from here to here, I can divide by 2 because all of these relationships are proportional. So 15 divided by 2 would be 7 and 1/2 because 7 plus 7 is 14, and then to make that 1 we need that extra half. So 7 1/2 plus 7 1/2 gives me 15. So 15 divided by 2 is 7 1/2. So the student is not correct. Marcus. And it is because "15 scoops would make 7.5 gallons. Not enough to fill the pitcher. Now, what if we wanted to figure out how to fill the pitcher? Well, let's add another. I'll try to do this. I'll erase here a little bit. Let's add another column on. So I want 9 gallons. So I want to fill the bucket up, 9 gallons. So I know that if I want to go from the bottom to the top, I can do the opposite. I just divide it by 2 so I can multiply by 2. So I would need 18 scoops of powder mixed with 9 gallons of water.